Across the country, communities were left outraged by the killing of so many women earlier this year.
No more violence, no more hate!
It prompted a crisis response from leaders in May who asked an expert panel to urgently advise on how to combat men's violence against women and children. Its recommendations now laid bare.
The government commissioned it. And we feel they need to act upon it.
Among them, that National Cabinet keep the issue as an ongoing priority. Also, calls for an urgent inquiry into the link between suicide and victims of family and sexual violence, prioritising the experience of marginalised groups, including First Nations people, and youth-specific services to help children affected by domestic violence who often end up at adult services.
They can't access entitlements that might be available to an adult because they need a parent's consent.
The panel also recommended a total ban on gambling ads, a move currently being pushed for by some in Canberra, and restricting when alcohol can be sold and delivered because it's known to increase the severity and frequency of violence.
We know it has a direct link to homicide. So that's really, really important for us to face up to.
As the Domestic Violence Commissioner made clear this week, there must also be a fresh focus on engaging men and boys at risk of using violence. And as both major parties work through the recommendations, that's one thing they already agree on.
There is more work to be done, and we've been very open about that. There is so much more to be done.
2 months ago, the government began publishing the number of women killed in intimate partner violence. So far this year, that's 15. But one of the biggest challenges remains, which is knowing just how widespread domestic, family and sexual violence is. And collecting more of that data is considered crucial. Evelyn Manfield, ABC News, Canberra.
And if this story has raised any issues for you, you can get help by calling 1-800-RESPECT.